So the adopters are here to pick up Scarlett. I'm gonna go ahead and inspect their trailer real quick before we get them going, and we should be good to go. Are you ready? All right, I'll get her loaded up, and you guys are good to go.
Oh, look at her.
We were between Ladybug and Cookie, so she got ultimate say.
Which one did she pick?
Ladybug. I totally understand. She's new to this place. It's a new trailer. I'm not at all concerned about her being nervous to get into this trailer. It's just part of it. I know she'll be a little nervous at the new barn. You know, we all get social anxiety going into new things.
We got it. Yeah, she just needs some extra encouragement to get on there. The butt rope usually always works, so pretty happy with that. And looks like it's lunchtime. Well, it's good meeting you guys. You bet.
We have our first dog adoption appointment for today. She came to see Scooby. He's been here about 3 weeks, so we'll be glad to get him home.
Aw. Look at you.
I did speak with the vet while I was out there, and he will be due for his flea treatment.
Okay, that's
But
fine.
he's had all of his shots. He just will need a flea treatment.
So, is he neutered yet?
Yes, we did.
He was neutered last week.
Last Monday.
Yes.
Yeah, they did all of them on Monday.
Hi. So if I wanted to, could I bring him home today?
You can just get it.
Yep, it's a
Oh,
$50
no.
adoption fee. I was going to say application fee. It's a Monday.
That's so much less than tons of other places. I was thinking about adopting a senior dog, and it was $300. Like, what? Just let
It just
people adopt him
depends
for
on
free.
how much time and money they have into him with vet bills and if they had to spay or neuter him. And
Yeah. I mean, he seems super sweet.
why do dogs want to sit on my feet?
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Come on, Scooby. Come on, Scooby. Come on, Scoob.
There you go. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Dr. Nancy and Kimberly are out in the 10 stall, the intake barn with the dogs, and they're going ahead and giving them their boosters and everything. Scooby was getting ready to get his second flea dose, so she's going to come over and do that before she takes Scooby today.
Hey, baby. Hey, you want to eat? Head. Oh, that's a good baby. Eat the first one. Good job. You want to eat the second one? Good job. And I'll go get everything put in. It won't take me a second.
Hi, baby. Come home. His mom was so nice, and like she was just the sweetest, sweetest dog. You just grew up to be like your mommy, okay? Yeah, we're so proud of you. Yeah, no, this is his mom.
Oh, wow.
That's your mommy. Yeah.
We are currently filling out paperwork for Scooby's adoption. He gets to go home today after a couple weeks here at the shelter. It's really exciting to see these animals start finding homes, even after they've been here for a little while.
I found this place from Adopt a Pet, and I looked at his profile and I just kind of knew that he was the one. This is Scooby, little Scoops, and he is a little attention hog. The process here was super fast and easy, and everyone was so nice, and he was fully prepared and socialized, which is awesome. Couldn't ask for a better process.
is auction day. It is a beautiful sunny day today, much more pleasant than last month. We're getting ready to hit the road. We'll see how many we're able to save this week. It's always a guessing game of what's there, what's available, what shape they're in that way. So we're gonna get on the road and get started.
Dr. Nancy and Corey have already hit the road with trucks and trailers to go to the auction, and they're going to be getting there before us. And I've been trying to get a lot of fundraising going on. There's a lot of chaos, so we've been seeing interesting drop in prices when it comes to horses across the United States. So hard to say exactly how many horses are going to be at the auction and what their prices are, but at auctions that are selling horses within the slaughter price range, they're even selling for like $20 for a 1,000-pound horse, and that's because they're just not, the slaughterhouses in Mexico aren't asking for as many horses on their orders. So it's going to be very interesting what this auction is like and what the prices are like. But we'll rescue as many as we can, but we can only do that through support. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Sometimes at auctions you don't want to stand out as the rescuer. So it's the one day a month where during work hours we don't have to wear the uniform, so it's kind of cool. Good to go. All right, we're out of here. I was gonna back up for you guys so you could just step off the curb and into the truck.
Well, we were afraid you forgot us.
Oh, see ya. Bye.
We were able to save 11 horses tonight, and that might not seem like very many, but we had to pay 50%, almost 50% more than we did last sale. And the horses we got this evening, we have great hopes the vast majority of them are going to go on to be adopted. There might be one or two that need euthanasia, but there's no one super critical tonight. So that's really, really awesome. We're super excited. We were able to save 11. We like rescuing more, but again, the horses, there were not very many horses went through the sale tonight, and we rescued everyone we could that was in danger of shipping on to slaughter. So super, super thankful for your support.
Oh, darling.
30 plus.
Mm-hmm. They just said older. They wouldn't even say.
Was that the smooth mouth one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think there's many teeth in the back either.
Okay.
No, there's some teeth back there.
Okay, sweetheart. We'll take a look at you. You got a little cut in the corner of your eye. Hey, sweetie.
It looks like they were doing something to it too. The neck is shaved on this side.
Let's see. No, he's rubbed that. Sticking his head through a feeder or something. Yeah, it's a rub from a feeder. Yeah.
Temp is 100.3.
100.3, okay. Anything, I don't panic 102 or less, but 101.5 or less is ideal. So, okay, sweetheart, let's throw you in a stall out of the way for right now.
That was like the... We are microchipped.
We are microchipped?
Is that one of ours? That's why we scan for microchips.
It's always a possibility. It's fairly low, but you know, we run across it periodically.
Oh, we're old.
Ancient.
Methuselah.
Like incisors are worn down ancient.
There's microchips. There's actually microchips in the horses. I don't know what's going on. 2023 is a very weird year so far.
Those are pretty much all ours.
What are we actually coming at?
Well, how do we think Yetman is? They said 8 or 9 going through the ring. You seem sweet, darling. A little older, but I'm not going to nitpick you. You're a few more years, but Yeah, 12, 13. Little aged, middle-aged.
Yeah. Thanks. See, was that bad? I just need to look at your mouth. We got a microchip on this one too.
Does it have a chip?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. I'm coming to write the number down.
It has a chip too?
Yep.
Okay, that's okay. We can double check. That one has a nice mass of proud flesh on the outside of the left knee. So we'll definitely clean that up really good when we get back tomorrow. And then depending on how intake goes, we may debride it on Thursday or Monday. Just depends on how things go. It's not one that has to be done like immediately next, but within the next couple of days, we'll definitely get it down and debride off. But we'll first x-ray the knee just to make certain there's nothing going on underneath before we do that. So definitely x-rays tomorrow, cleaning it up and get just a better idea of what all's involved with it. 1692.
Yeah, we got one.
Another one.
So far we've had like what, 2 that didn't have them? Here you go. Yeah.
Is it different numbers every time? Because
Yeah.
sometimes somebody will like stick a microchip on the back of the scanner just to mess with us, office pranks. And every horse has got a microchip.
Not me.
Not this time. Apparently they're different numbers.
This side looks 19. That side looks...
Yeah, so we'll sedate you if we find nothing else wrong, do dental on you. So, okay, you can go hang out somewhere, darling. Oh, we're a little old. We missing them. We got some dental issues going on. Yeah, we're a donkey. Yeah, we can live with some of that. We can live with some of that.
Old age in a donkey is not as...
It's not as bad as a horse.
Always bad as always in a horse, and we look like we're still in decent body condition.
Yeah. So you got a good chance.
We love this donkey. We
I
love
know.
him.
We fell in love.
Do we pick up our feet? Kind of.
It's okay. You're still better than Chili and Mace. You're still got...
Oh, much better than Chili and Mace.
Yeah, there's still hope for you.
I love him.
You and Silver are great buddies.
What are you doing with this? Oh, here you go.
He is.
He is, and he's so sweet. Corey has the scanner.
Corey.
What?
Tanner.
What? Oh.
Anybody want to love on him?
Oh, yeah.
He's so perfect.
He's a sweetheart. Yes, she is.
I love him.
Darling. Hello.
I love
You are, sweetie. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We don't have anything. Okay, we got it this time. Here you go.
Thank you.
Sorry, baby. He's like, I'm mad at you now. You just stabbed me. There we go. Okay.
We got a sweet donkey. Are you kidding?
Yes, we have a sweet one. We're in love with it.
He is perfect.
Considering it's a Tennessee walking horse, probably came from around here in Tennessee or maybe even out east. So my guess is that she does not have a microchip. But I might be wrong. You're what?
No, it doesn't beep with the Avid. That's why I missed the other one.
Hey, microchip.
Yes. Yeah. Another Avid. I told
I'm already
you.
giving you free checks, Sean.
606.
You're probably right.
62. Yeah, I think. Okay. Very good. Alabama. Or not.
Do we want to leave her here since she already has water?
Yes, if she got water. Yeah, that's not the same number. It's not. It's not the same.
The scanner is fine.
No.
I'm just incredulous that this many horses have microchips. I've seen false positives before, and I'll be holding my breath when we get back to the shelter and try a different scanner and see if all these horses still have microchips, because there's something fishy going on when this many horses, random horses at an auction, have microchips.
So this one has a home again microchip. We're gonna see if it is one of ours
So this is why we microchip all animals that are adopted from our shelter, is because if we ever are at an auction, we rescue them, we can positively identify them, know exactly where they came from. And it's really safe for your horse too. It's a safety thing. It's a safety net for your horse. If, for instance, there was a natural disaster and there's a mass evacuation of horses, if your horse is microchipped, you have that number, or they scan it, they can find out exactly who it belongs to and reunite your horse with you.
Wow. What time is it?
10.
Wow.
9:42. So it's 9:42. Usually we're out here till 11 o'clock midnight before we can manage to get the job done. But when you only rescue 11, I guess it's a little easier to get done quickly. So we are thankful that for those 11, we were able to absolutely change their life.
It's kind of hard to hide the excitement. This is a fairly healthy group of horses. You know, we do have a few that are a little older, one or two that we know we got to take care of some issues on the heel bulb, on the knee on them. But overall, I mean, body condition score, these are some of the better body condition scores we've had. We don't have any real extreme 1s, 2s, most of them are 3s to 5s. We've got 1 or 2 5s in there. So it's kind of exciting to not have had a big group of very poor shape horses to pick from. So that was an excitement thing. So horses were in fairly good shape tonight. So we were able to save 11 of them. And we done a quick assessment night. Everybody is medically stable tonight. So we'll get them back tomorrow and do our thorough assessments, x-rays, the whole 9 yards, do teeth check, more in depth, and kind of go from there.
You're gonna tan the inside of your mouth?
Oh, killing germs.
Oh. Whatever, that's so strange.
It works. Y'all ever try it?
No.
He thinks if you yawn looking at the sun, it will kill germs. I think he's
I
just
woke up
being
with a
silly.
slight sore throat, and I'm not good with that, so I'm gonna fix it. Or I'm gonna get sick. 2 options in life.
We got some sleep last night, so that's always nice. And yeah, we should be going pretty quick here soon. And I'm guessing we're probably gonna get out of here around like 9:30, but we'll see.
So roaching a mane is basically shaving it all off. And if we can fix it, then it gets to keep the pretty mane. But typically maybe once or twice in the history of Horse Plus, we've actually had to roach a mane. So typically we can always fix the problem if it involves hair. Hair is very easy to fix compared to other issues with horses.
Perfect.
Dr. Nancy, how's all the animals doing this morning?
Everybody's doing well this morning. This is actually one of the healthiest group we've had. There's some issues we'll work on when we get back on site, but overall, I'm actually very happy that we have such a healthy, quote, healthy stock to work with to start with. So all of these have a really good chance. We've got a few dental issues, a few wounds, and we'll dig into those further when we get back, but it's actually very optimistic this round that this is gonna be one of the best groups that I don't have to make the heart. Right now, there's nobody automatically that I know we're gonna have to put down as soon as we get back. We'll just take a good listen, heart, lungs, and all that, and then take another set of eyes and look again, because sometimes you can miss things, some things will pop up that you didn't notice the first time. So They pass initial assessment, then they get assessed again, and again, we'll still keep an eye on them daily during quarantine to watch for anything that might have fell through the cracks along the way, or issues that you don't see, obviously, that reveal themselves with time. This one is a ballpark about 18-year-old walking horse. Overall, she doesn't have any major obvious issues right off the bat, which is a wonderful thing. Not too thin, a little thin though that way, but that way we'll get her back and we'll check her out even closer. But so far, she's not got any major red flags, so that's a good thing.
So it is February in Tennessee, and this is why I like Tennessee, because it's like started out at 66 degrees, and it's warm and nice, and you're not freezing, I'm not freezing.
There's no coveralls today, no fleece.
Our son is actually a teacher in Honduras now, and he sent me a picture, and it's actually 65 there this morning, so we're warmer than Honduras. Like, I am very happy about the weather. It's very nice. So wonderful to do intake on warmer weather days in the winter. I don't like the winter.
And I'd say it's about 15. I'm pretty sure Dr. Nancy has the note though.
Yeah, they said he was 15 going through the ring, and he actually matches up. That was the one that matches pretty close. You know, most of them are older than what they tell us. This one matched pretty good.
He's very painful.
Very painful on his back, okay.
Like you barely squeeze it and he's...
Okay. So that's a good finding there, because that way when we get back, we'll definitely check him out more. Yes. Somebody groomed you up. You can feel it on your hair.
So unfortunately, gray horses particularly often will get cancer underneath their tail.
I don't think there's another horse organization out there that has a full-time vet on staff. There are a lot of dogs and cat agencies that do, but our organization is modeled after how dog and cat agencies operate, and because they are successful, they have a successful platform. So for us to get to the point where we can have a full-time vet and these animals can immediately be getting vet care is so huge, but it's taken like 20 years to get here.
Yeah.
Biggest thing, his incisors are he's a little older, but other than that, so to be the age this one is in the close 20s, this one's actually surprising because he's close 20 looking at his incisors. There are no melanomas started yet underneath his tail. That's usually the first spot they pop up. I haven't found one, occasionally you'll get some on the body. First check over him, I have not found any melanomas hiding, which is wonderful because usually by one this age, they've already got at least one somewhere. So we'll definitely check him out closer, but as of right now, he seems to be fairly good. His knees are a little swollen, so we'll have to check those out a little closer. He's a body condition score of 3, which is not the worst we've seen, by any means. So yeah, and he's older, so he does have some issues we'll have to look closer at. So, it's just overall he's more stable than we normally run into. That's why we're, again, more cheery today because we have more stable horses initially from the get-go. So, but again, things can pop up and we'll just have to let it run its course and see what comes up.
We got an issue on its back.
Yeah.
An old injury that's been there for a while.
It's been there for a while. They called it proud flesh as it came through the ring. This has actually been a cut at the heel bulb that has affected the cornet band and the hoof growth out. So we'll definitely have to take a really good close look when we get back. It's not a fresh one, it is an old one, so we will.
He doesn't want people to touch it too much.
We make drugs for that.
We got 2 horses left.
Hey, what time is it?
9:12.
And we only got 2 horses left.
Wow.
All right, these are the 2 most wild ones. We're gonna get them closed in.
Corey, what are you doing? Corey locked the wild ones into the pen. Oh dear.
Yeah, these are the worst out of the group. We gotta really keep an eye on them.
All right.
Proud flesh is essentially when the horse's body forgot to stop healing. It is a form of granulation tissue because how wounds heal if they're not sutured together is what we call second indention, and the body granulates in. Well, horses are notorious from the knees down and from hocks down that they forget to stop when they need to. So it grows out, it doesn't have nerve endings. If we find nothing else major, that reason why we shouldn't repair that is it will bleed like the dickens. I mean, there will be blood, but we will stop the bleeders, and it doesn't hurt them when we do that, which they'll still be sedated with pain meds and all, but it can be fixed to kind of tell it to quit growing. So we have to go in, trim it up, and tell the body, you're reached where you need to be, just heal over now.
And we can just all hope and pray, keep our fingers crossed that there's no bony issues going on in there.
Yeah, so we definitely x-ray just to make certain, you know, is there something hiding behind all of that granulation tissue that way. So, but if we don't see anything in there that's telling us it's going to be bad long term with the joint or something, then yeah, definitely that's easy. Lay it on the ground, trim it up, fix that way, and then it'll be daily care after that to keep it treated, to tell the body of, hey, you don't need to keep growing outward, but minor treatment on that.
So in our vet hospital, we do have quarantine stalls. So in this case, you know, just coming from auction, probably go into one of the quarantine stalls. We can keep a close eye on it. It can have surgery in the vet hospital, and then its follow-up care be in the hospital in the quarantine section.
Yeah, I'd say the wound is why that horse is here. Yeah. I think she's broke them off because this one's a little.
Did you hear that pop?
Yeah. She's got a little concave on this one too.
She is popping.
Arthritis, yeah.
And she doesn't want me to touch back there either. There's might be something going on in there. But yeah, it was loud. I was like, oof. Sound like major chiropractic work going on, but it was just her.
Where's my sheets?
Oh, she's not old.
6.
Yeah, we had her last night at 6, yeah.
Let's keep him away from our
healthy
horses.
That's why I stopped right here.
Yeah, he's a teenager, yeah.
Listen to him breathing for a second.
Of course you stop right when the camera comes up.
They'll have to breathe again.
So I'm not gonna breathe. Do you need to breathe, buddy? He's like, no. He's got a very snotty nose.
We definitely have upper respiratory tract infection, which is common in these market animals, so that's why we're keeping him separate. I've checked him out, and that's why I'm not going to touch him the more, and I have to right now just so I don't cross-contaminate, which again, they're all been here trying to minimize our cross-contamination that way, but medically stable to transport, so we will he will definitely go in isolation when we get back, just where he has the most obvious upper respiratory going on, to let him chill out. We'll keep an eye on him, and most of them are viral in origin. Occasionally you'll get the secondary bacteria, so that's why we don't automatically just throw antibiotics out from the get-go, because antibiotics don't work on viruses, and we don't want to overuse our antibiotics because then we get resistance, which affects animals and humans because the drugs don't work when we need them, so we'll monitor and treat as we need to.
For transport, what if we think about putting the sick horse in our trailer so he's by himself, donkey in the front compartment of the Big Red's trailer?
Okay.
And then we can just divide everyone up.
Yeah.
Because that way it'll be completely separate.
That works. Yeah.
And little Jack will be fine in the little tiny compartment.
That's what I'm doing to Corey.
Nice.
Come on, good boy.
That's a baby.
Oh, he's perfect.
Hell, I didn't see you there, John. I'm gonna leave that right there so we know.
There you go. We've got everyone loaded up. You know there's nothing you can do, but there are some that we're concerned about in this group, but nobody's like super critical. So it's been a great auction rescue. It's warm. We're gonna get them back. We're not gonna be freezing cold, and we're gonna get them more further hands-on medical attention at our shelter.
Okay, what's going on?
So we have 2 horses out up in the 10-acre, up in quarantine. We don't really have, we don't have all of our horse people here. So I have called, Keith is at home. He's kind of having a health issue with his back, but he's gonna try to help us, and we're gonna get David, and we've got Rebecca and me, and we're gonna try to get these 2 horses back in the 10-acre. Hopefully they just go easily, right?
Thank you. They're back in.
They're back in, but the fence is not.
Yeah, the fence was taken with them. Yeah. It's okay.
I'm speechless. Mark that down somewhere. Yeah, we are kind of in a poor situation. The horses are getting out of the 10 stall. Keith came and helped us. It's me, Isabella, the 10-acre. I'm sorry, the 10-acre. Me, Rebecca, and David. So she said, for right now, we're gonna just pull this fence tight, tie it back together. I'm gonna go down, see if we have any more brackets, order more brackets and more fencing from Tractor Supply. We'll get it DoorDash, as we don't have staff to run to the store today because everybody's gone. So we're just gonna try to tie this tight for now, just to kind of at least give them the appearance of a nice fence, and then get more supplies that we need. If we're not answering your phone calls, this might be why, or your emails, or your messenger messages. This might be why. I think we're making progress. We have this redone at least, and now we're working on figuring this out.
Yeah.
Well, for right now, we've got this kind of patched up, so at least it's not all open. And then we're gonna go order some more supplies and try to get it fixed the rest of the way.
Well, I made it back. I don't think they're too far behind me, so I'm gonna get these guys unloaded first. I think there are, let's see, I don't have any ones in rough shape in my trailer, so I'm just gonna push them all the way back to the holding pen. I know one on Tawny and Jason's trailer, it has a really snotty nose, so that's gonna be the last one that we're gonna handle today. There are 2 on Big Red that need to be looked at immediately. We need to do x-rays on them. There's one that has on the back of its heel, on one of its back feet, is cut and it's hanging off. It's like a pretty good chunk hanging off there. And then there's another one with a really big knee that has some proud flesh on it or an old injury or something. So those are going to be the first two we're going to look at today.
We're just getting back. Corey's got the first trailer unloaded. We've got a sick horse in here, so we're gonna keep it separate from the other horses. And then Dr. Nancy's pulling in the rig with the other horses. So we're about ready to get very busy here.
What are you doing, buddy? Oh.
I'm getting these two cut out. They both have some injuries. This one has an injury to its back right, kind of pasturing area, right above its hoof on its heel. And then this one on the front left knee, it's got a pretty significant looking injury on the outside. So I just wanted to get these guys in first so they could be looked at. We could figure out what we're doing with them, and then we could go on the rest of these guys. We only have 11 to go through. So we're gonna get through all of them today, and we're probably gonna get through all of them before 5 o'clock.
Right now I'm just getting ready. We've got our dewormer, we have our electrolytes, and I'm gonna get our probiotics ready. That way when we start running them through, I just kind of like to organize things ahead of time. Just helps me flow better, that we've not forgot something, things like that. So just a little mental organization to get us on a good workflow.
So when we were hiring a vet, we didn't realize we were gonna hire one that could pull a trailer and help transport horses to the shelter. So yeah, we just keep getting more and more wonderful surprises of all Dr. Nancy's talents.
Growing up on a farm comes in handy, so can't beat a farm life.
So this horse has a old injury on its leg. It's proud flesh, and the proud flesh is just flesh that just keeps growing. Doesn't know where to stop and when. So if it's just proud flesh, we'll be able to fix the horse. If there's bone issues or some underlying issue in there, there could be a much larger problem that we just don't know. So we're gonna x-ray the leg and see what is going on, and we're gonna hope and pray that it's only a flesh injury, flesh wound issue, not a bone issue. A number of the horses came with microchips. We microchip in the evening once there are horses. That way if a horse went missing or something, we have a microchip on that horse already. And that's just something new. I think last night was the first night that we started doing, which is a great idea. But some of them already had microchips, and they're through Avid, and we use Home Again, so we don't know exactly who they were, but we know that this one wasn't reported missing or stolen, but she came with a microchip.
I need blood out of you there. The half ones for the probiotics. Yeah, give all the quests and then.
I know, last one, but this one actually might taste good. Might, no promises. Oh, it's so nice that these aren't frozen. It actually goes nicely.
Yeah. I hope it's nothing, yeah. I hope it's just a minor thing and they just sold her because of cosmetics. That looks older than this, so I'm gonna say probably unrelated.
Arthritis a little bit, right?
Well, this is where the bone is being hit, so she's got a little bone callus there. Yeah, so she's got a bone callus running right in here, which a bone callus by itself won't.
Like probably got whacked really
Yeah,
hard.
So she may have run into something, and then when she whacked it, got the damage here, opened the skin up. The reason this probably had trouble healing if they didn't get it properly managed is high movement area. And it's just one of those that when the body stops growing, when it touches skin to skin, and where it didn't, it just grew outward. Yeah, she's got that little defect there, but no, I'm not seeing anything to why we don't try, darling. I'm not seeing anything. There's nothing for me to not try on. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we get that healed in, yes, it's going to look a little larger, so, you know, we need to let...
As long as they know.
Yeah. And we can follow up after we take it off, too. Give her some time.
The swelling will probably go down.
Yeah. Okay, sweetheart. Yay. We're going to try. We're going to do some proud flesh surgery. Is Farrier coming tomorrow, Kimberly?
Yes, ma'am.
This would be a good one to get his opinion on. We definitely need Farrier care to balance that out. If it's something that...
Just the flaring that you're looking at? Or?
Yeah, the way the whole foot is grown out. We'll x-ray today, and this is a good one because we've got to have him to help us get that healed back after, if we do remove what's hanging off, if we can get it structurally sound. So this is excellent that he's coming tomorrow.
Maybe like we can put a shoe on it and then it could grow out healthy without injuring.
And without putting too much strain on everything else. So yeah, this is definitely one that has to have Farrier as a joint partner on healing it.
It was working just fine a minute ago.
It's working?
Okay, so we definitely have a lot of extra joint space we shouldn't have where she is not bearing her weight correctly. See that extra, that should not be there, and that's because she's not weight bearing correctly. So that's putting a strain on that joint. So if we can't get her comfortably with shoeing, then this long term is not going to be good for her.
So we may have gotten her in time to fix it.
Yes, so it's definitely worth trying on her because that way we can remove our little hunk of heel. But what's happened at some point is apparently she's cut her heel bulb a million different ways. They could have done that. Those are hard to heal because it is a constant movement area. They're sensitive areas, but also at the bottom of the heel bulb, of course, is the cornet band, the coronary band where your hoof grows down from. So it affects everything. We have extra tissue pushing down, so it's just throwing everything out of alignment. If we can remove the extra tissue, get our Farrier to work with us, we have a chance of getting her lined back up. So we'll try her and see, and it'll be a good, interesting to follow up with. And this is just a good example of how your Farrier is just as important as your veterinarian sometimes, because I can trim that off, but I'm not a farrier, so I can't do the aftercare of the farrier work. There are some veterinarians that do both. It's not that common, sometimes it is, but so yeah, so farrier is already scheduled for tomorrow, so we've already sent him photos. We can send him this x-ray and let him be getting his game plan when he gets here tomorrow too. So good deal, darling.
I always wonder what they think of us once they get here and we're like, hi, buddy. Taste this, jab this. Here you go. It's like, ugh. So now that he's been cleared by the vet, he's gonna hang out in this pen and go chew on the hay and relax until we get him settled down for the night. So as the horses are checked out by the vet and they pass the vet exam, they get to come out here and relax and be happy and just chill for a little bit. And then we'll get them settled in the barn. It's finally getting warm enough where we can actually give horses baths again. Because all winter long they love to roll in the mud and play in the mud, and we can't give them baths because it's too cold.
And this week it's warm, so that's nice.
So this one I just noticed, usually a horse's hair grows, you know, nice smooth at the cornet band. This one on both of them, they're kind of a little flured out. Sometimes you'll see that without injuries. These are too uniformed, I think, to be like a true injury type. So this horse has possibly been standing in some mud that's irritated the hair that way. It's hard to say 100%. It's just kind of something to make note of, and we'll keep an eye on as the hoof grows out, make certain everything looks good, that there's no hidden issue of previous injury that did really make the hair grow out kind of off all the way around. So just again, we look over them, we notice things, we make notes, and we'll keep watching, you know, because things do pop up that we may miss the first time, or we may notice something like this, and then with a little bit of time, it becomes really clear what the issue is. So it doesn't hurt to kind of nitpick and make notes and just keep an eye sometimes to see what the horse tells us. This one is an older boy. Bless his little heart, he's been somewhere with cockleburrs galore, because he's not been in them too long because they're not really firmly matted down. You could easily pull them out. So went through a little bit of a period, at least somebody's not been taking care of him that way. Turned out on the back pasture, something like that. His incisors last night we noticed were wore down, so I'm gonna take a good listen to his heart, lungs, look him over good again. We're definitely gonna x-ray his front knees where both of them are enlarged, and we'll kind of go from there and make a decision if we find what we find with that workup too.
He keeps moving, he knows.
Yeah, we gotta do that again as soon as it gets ready to reset.
Let's just hold still. Let's hold still, buddy. It's like, I don't want to hold still.
Okay. We're gonna shoot quicker. I don't know, we may be, oh, it's not bad. Yeah, you can see the mud on the hair, but other than that. Okay, sweetheart. Let me check your teeth out good. So we're definitely probably 25 plus. I know, sweetheart, I'm being rude. Our incisors are definitely wore down on the top. Now the rude lady's gonna reach in her mouth. We're missing molar, 2 upper, that's his left. Okay. A little gunshot on this hand. I'm missing some fingers already, okay? So you gotta bear with me. Okay, so we definitely need to put him on the dental list because where he's missing that upper molar, it's not been wearing against the bottom molar, so there's like a little hump in that tooth where nothing has been grinding it down. So we can work on that. He is older, and we'll watch him carefully for the next month in quarantine because we may find more that pops up while he's here, okay? So he is older, so we are prepared. Any old horse, top 2 things that killed horses are old age and colic. Luckily, knock on wood, we seem to have colic pretty not happening because, you know, with feeding, and it's a high risk of bringing these horses in. We tend to have good luck with that. So old horses, it's gonna be our biggest risk factor with him right now. So we'll see. We're gonna give you a little trial run, baby doll, and we'll see what we can do, okay? His big knees on x-ray, they're more decreased joint space, arthritis, consistent with his age that way. So we'll definitely monitor that because right now he's moving, you know, he's not acting like he's painful, so we'll keep an eye on that.
We're just trying to get them off of him, and I'm ending up getting them on me. It probably is annoying to him, I'm sure.
Yeah, so he's been in the mud, probably was what wore the hair off down there at his hoof line. So you can see on the sides there. So he's had a little, I think so, yeah. So he's had a little bit of a rough previous before he got here to us. So we'll see if we can help correct that.
Fence is down somewhere in a 10 acre. So I'm taking my truck and fencing, tools, and I'm gonna go find it and fix it. So haven't been at work in almost 3 weeks, so don't let anyone know I'm here.
Be careful.
Oh yeah. It's only a herniated disc. Nothing really that bad.
So Keith kind of hurt his back, so he's not able to do all the things. So he came up and now he's stuck. I don't know, Keith.
Well, who knew?
No. I guess now I gotta get the tractor.
Do I need to unhook the trailer? The Ford's gonna pull the Chevy out.
Oh no.
How much are you gonna do that?
Yeah, I'm glad I put the chain on because you've been in the soft hay with both of them.
Oh yeah. No kidding. Hey, that wasn't me. That was the Ford.
Okay, back to what you were gonna do.
Back to what I thought I was going to do earlier. Fix fence.
Okay. This mare, Tennessee walking horse mare, tail has been cut, which indicates she was a show horse at one point in time. That way, any of these, and now looking at her square on, we need to do the right knee as well. So right now we're getting ready to do x-rays because when we walked her out, she is crossing over in her hind legs, which is not normal. And when checking her stifle, the right one is popping out as she walks. So that can be from age, her previous use, if she was a padded show horse, big lick horse, that way where it puts strain on the back end that way. So we're going to take a closer look at her just to see what all we do find. I'm going to still miss the outer of that knee. Yeah, see, that's where I'm missing on that side.
Oh wow, you can see it noticeably.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's pretty crazy.
It's her knees are different heights.
Mm-hmm. Yep. See this one where the leg points out? You notice they're a little bit crooked. They're not as smooth across as this one. That's just because of conformation on that. They're a little narrow, but that's for her age. The spacing is age related on that. Biggest strain is just the angle where she's off balance. You didn't keep your heels in good shape, darling. And unfortunately with her, when you watch her walk closely, she literally crosses over in her back end like that. We x-rayed stifles all the way down on the right leg because when she walks, her right stifle patella is popping out. But the bigger issue is actually the left with an x-ray, it's got some bony changes in her stifle area, which is why she's walking off, she's crossing over, things like that. Now at her age, unfortunately, there's not gonna be a lot we can really do long-term to fix any of that. She does have an underlying lameness that we can't fix that is affecting her long-term quality of life. Her knees are not the same height, so that's putting a strain on her right front knee because the joint is actually at an angle, so that's an alignment issue. Long-term, the last act of kindness would be the best thing for her because of the underlying bony issues that aren't fixable at her age.
So we are going to give her the last act of kindness because we can't fix her health problems. So I'm going to lead her over where she can get some grass, and then she's going to be sedated and then given another injection called sodium pentobarbital that will put her in a deep sleep. And she'll be unconscious before she even gets down on the ground. Her brain will be shut down. So take her over. It's never something that it's a struggle every time. But what would have happened if we weren't there and she would have loaded up on a slaughter truck? Because they do slaughter horses in this condition, and we can give her the best we can for. We've gotten down to the bottom of a lot of the problems that she has, and we can't fix those problems. So come on, girlie.
I am pulling up the euthanasia medicine, the sodium pentobarbital, and there's probably a reason why they color code it nice bright pink. Some of them are bright blue depending on which formulation you use. It's very thick, so makes it a little harder to pull up. On cold days, it makes it even harder, but warm day like today, it's still thick, but at least the viscosity is not nearly as bad. So anytime I euthanize a horse for an owner, I always kind of prepare them for what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna give her the sedation first, the xylazine, just to let her relax that way, give it time to take effect. And then I will do the injection of the euthanasia, the sodium pentobarbital, and majority of them will literally, as I said, the way it works, it goes through the circulation and it hits the brain, they go unconscious, so they'll just fall peacefully where they're at. Every now and then you'll get one that lands a little rougher than you're expecting. Key thing to remember at that point, the horse is unconscious. It does not know or feel what's happening.
One thing for me, I always think about, if we can sedate them and they're eating grain and they just get sleepy, I mean, that's the best way for a horse to leave this earth, is to just be eating grain and get sleepy, and their last moments were enjoying grain. That's for me, this is how I want to see every euthanasia always done for horses, is if they need euthanasia, give them a bucket of grain, give them sedation, and let them fall asleep with the sedation, eating grain until they're too sedated to eat grain.
And some people will use a catheter. I like to use a needle, and I like to see the blood drip to know I'm right exactly where I want to be at. So a little messier looking, but again, I just want it to be peaceful for the horse.
And euthanasia means good death. And when you think about the thousands of horses are being exported into Mexico for slaughter, that if their owners could be responsible for them and let them go peacefully and with dignity, it would be so much better. She's an old show horse. I'm sure she made her owners a lot of money and a broodmare, and this is the reality of rescue, is rescuing everyone that needs help getting to the bottom of what those needs are, and sometimes it's the last act of kindness, but being with them at the end and giving them love and compassion is sometimes the greatest gift that we can give a horse.
Taking no last breaths, anything like that, so I'm going to double check for heartbeat. And we have no heartbeat. Another double check is corneal reflex. So the ability, it looks freak you out, but touching the eyeball, that reflex is one of the last ones to go. But that one by itself, not 100% foolproof, which is why I always double check for lack of heartbeat as well. So those two combined together, let me say with confidence that she is no longer with us. That's one thing where we have the ability to look at them at auction, let them pass the first round, come here, take the x-rays, watch them again, and even then, after they've been here a few days, I will find some other things on a few of them. So Again, being here daily and being able to see them as follow-up helps us do a better job of picking up on long-term things that affect their quality of life that we can't fix.
A lot of people wonder, okay, so when a horse is euthanized at our shelter, what happens then? We actually have a crematorium on site where we're able to cremate horses that are euthanized. There's not many options in Tennessee for a horse that has been euthanized. There is burial, but then you've got contaminations because they have drugs in their system, so you're putting those drugs into the ground. Cremation is just such a nice way of, I mean, humans are cremated. It's can be done with dignity and respect, and so horses that are euthanized here are cremated, and that's our crematorium. So if anyone ever wanted to see it, it is in the first episode when we purchased it. We also showed it there too when we were purchasing it, and it's been a huge blessing for our organization. And we get a lot of requests of people wanting to bring animals here and have them cremated, but we can't always do that. But we're just thankful that we have this service for the horses at our facility. I'm really enjoying the slower pace of auction intake, because we can do fun things like groom horses for a while and braid their manes and tails and stuff. So, and get to the bottom of medical issues. It's nice to do them slower in multiple days if we need to. Now this poor guy is so skinny. If you look back or here, like put my whole fist between his legs. That should not be there like that, but just so skinny.
This guy's pretty good. He's in good shape. Not conformationally, he just has some issues there, but that's nothing bad. We don't really get that many horses that have good conformation here, but we're gonna do all the things. Yeah, he's goofy. He's got a good personality to him. And he's available for adoption in 30 days.
So this horse has definitely had a new lease on life. Gotten loved and spoiled, and we had the time to do that since we are able to take these auction intakes slower. And I think he thoroughly enjoyed every minute of his spa time. Got his mane, his tail. There you go, buddy. So we will be moving them into the pasture where the barn is. But for right now, they just get to hang out there till we finish up.
And he's a jack, like he's not even gelded. Oh. I know.
That feels so nice. It's like huge wingspan.
Yeah, I know. You could fly with those.
Aww.
He's probably late teens. Let me feel your molars to see what's causing your issues up front. We are sharp, so you definitely need a dental back there. But you do have nice long molars, so I can work with those. So definitely a dental to help take the pressure off your incisors there some. Okay. We have no bad eyeballs either this round.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, seriously, we have no bad eyeballs.
I didn't even think about that.
Vaccinate's well. So let's check how he does with oral meds.
Oh no.
Wow.
Yeah, he does. He lets you do it, but he hates it.
Okay, let's do the final test of behavior, the blood draw. Oh, look at that nice.
It's good.
Yeah, nice jugular. Perfect. You need to go home with Kimberly. Okay, sweetheart.
So that wraps up our intake. We do have some horses to turn out into the pasture, but everything went really, really well today, and I love the slow pace. I think it was great for our whole team to kind of just take a breather and enjoy loving on horses and doing some makeovers and stuff. So it's great to be able to do auction intakes like this. So it was a great day.
It is Thursday morning, day after auction intake has been finished, and luckily we had already scheduled the farrier to come for some routine farrier care anyway, and it's actually working out really well because the one horse we did get does need some farrier care as follow-up to the heel bulb issue. It's a joint effort on getting her healed in, so what we're going to do is we sent photos to our farrier to give him a heads up before he got here. We didn't just surprise him when he got here. I'll be prepping things to get ready for our surgery to remove that excess heel bulb that did not heal properly, and then letting him follow up with some proper farrier care to give us that support we need while it's healing in. And the rest of the day, we'll see what comes, what we get to. It's a beautiful sunny day, so yay, no rain and no cold weather.
If you want to watch the whole medical procedure, make sure to visit our other channel, Horse Plus Vets. You'll be able to see more of what goes on inside the vet hospital.
It was good to see you.
You too.